Hey guys, it's your girl Cheetah Mama. Welcome back to my my show to my YouTube channel. So before we get started, please like, share, and subscribe so I can continue to give you guys content. I love to give you guys content. So basically, my channel is all about self-improvement, self-growth. Sometimes I even put my own scenarios in there just so that you can learn lessons from it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have to hear that other people are going through shit to believe that other things are possible. So anyway, so this episode, I don't know what to call it right now, you guys, whatever. But this episode is more so like, hey, you know, I got a job. I manifested a job. And I literally did not have a job for 2 years after COVID happened, right? All right. So let me explain how it happened. So one day I was just so concerned with, you know, my boyfriend's mom not liking me. I was like, if she doesn't like me, I'm not going to be with him. So whatever. And honestly, I feel like I manifested that into my life because she ended up a couple months later not really liking me. But I'm also getting more into the tone of, you know, I'm not defined by what anyone else thinks about me. If she doesn't like me, whatever the case, like, I like me, I love me, our relationship's okay. And eventually, you know, I'm gonna get everything going back in my favor the way that I would have liked it to be. But like I was telling you in the previous videos, is sometimes when you're thinking negative things, you also are attracting negative. So if you believe in law of attraction, then you have to believe that no matter which way it comes, you're attracting negative and positive, whatever you're thinking, whatever you're feeling at all times. So it's always really good to always do things that's going to keep you happy, to keep you satisfied, to keep your mind occupied where you're not constantly thinking. So anyways, I'm going to get into the story about how I got my job, right? So I was jobless for 2 years. I did apply for 2 years for jobs, and I just did not get a job, you know. I was getting unemployment, and I started to get kind of like comfortable with it. I was like, who doesn't like making money without working, you know? And I was comfortable with it. I couldn't find a job, and so why not? I appreciated it while I had it, right? So then unemployment one time did this thing where they cut everybody off. They said, hey, on this day we're gonna cut everybody off. And they gave us like a month, right, to prepare. And then before the month even came, they cut everybody off. So they just like randomly cut us off unemployment. And I was like, wow, I have bills to pay, you know. And when I was thinking about my, you know, mother-in-law, let's call it what it is, not liking me, I was talking to my mom about it, and she goes, girl, like, you have to realize that everyone in this world is not going to like you. You're not going to be able to please everyone. You have to really love yourself. She said, you need to listen to some of this inspirational stuff. I'm going to send you, and it's going to help you have a different outlook on life. It's changed my life. And so I was like, okay. So I listened to it, and it was like an hour long. It was Dwayne's diary. He was the first person I listened to on, you know, this journey. And I listened to it for an hour, and I started cleaning up the house while I was listening to it. And I started to feel really good. I was like, yeah, life is great. Like, why am I always having all this negative stuff, like this negative energy towards every single thing in my life? It's okay. Like, nothing's wrong. I'm not hurt. And so I started to get into Dwayne Dyer, then I started to get into Louis Hay, and then I started to get into Abraham Hicks, and I started to get into Mel. And I started to listen, and I obsessively still do this now. I listen to these people all the time, like literally all day. I'm constantly filling my mind with positive things. So I tell myself, you know, when I get into this journey, I started to meditate a little bit, and I just tell myself, and I wasn't putting too much emphasis on it, but I did have bills to pay, and I did need the money, but I didn't put emphasis like, I need the money, because, you know, when you're really needy towards something, it repels it further away from you. You have to be in a state of receiving, in a state of, I know that God, the universe, is going to provide, because I believe in law of attraction, so it's going to happen in a matter of time. And you put yourself into the mode of receiving, where you're relaxed, where you're calm, where like, okay, I'm going to wait for God, the universe, to tell me, you know, where this job is going to be. So I said, I need a job. I want to at least just pay my rent this month. Like, and so I'm laying in bed, right? And I started getting into angel numbers, right? Because I started seeing synchronicities everywhere, like 12, 12, 2, 2, 2, 10, 10, 11, 11, stuff like that. And so I'm laying in bed and I applied at jobs, right? And I just kind of left it to the universe to let me know. And I'm asleep and I get a ring, and it's like 8 a.m. and I'm like, I'm not answering that. And then I get another call and it's like 10:10 a.m. And I'm like, oh shit, like this is an angel number. Okay, let me answer. I answer the call and I'm like, hey, they're like, hey, can you come in for an interview? And I'm like, sure. They said tomorrow. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll be available. I'll come. And I kind of like took it somewhat as a sign. So I go there and I'm just kind of like, let's see what happens, And when I left, I was like, well, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get it because I saw the 10:10 and I prayed about it and it just felt like it was something meant for me. So the lady calls me back like earlier on that day, like, hey, you got the job. Come back in tomorrow for another interview or whatever. I don't remember. I can't remember exactly how it took place. It was so long ago, but it was something along those lines, okay? And so she called me the next day. I was supposed to be at my interview at like 11 or 12 or something like that. And she called me the next day and I was like, whatever, I'm not going to answer. And I think that I just started to really just get complacent with being in my house, sitting in my bed, right? And then I got another call and I think it was like 11:11. And so I'm like, okay, this has to be some type of sign. You know what I mean? So I took it as a sign and I got my ass up. I called her. She's like, hey, are you still going to be at your interview at 12? I said, sure. And I'm on my way and I get there and then, hey, I got the job. The job, I've learned so many different things and I learned about entrepreneurship and getting into your own shit. And anyways, long story short is I literally wanted a job. I didn't know how I was going to get it, but I completely gave my all to God to figure it out. Because I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to stress no more about every single thing in my life because it's already lining itself up. And that's what you believe in when you believe in law of attraction. So now we rewind it to present day, right? So I left that job because it was just too negative. Just too many things in there that I didn't like. And I wanted to walk away from things that I didn't like because I wanted to keep myself in a positive vibration. And I feel like at that job, even though I was blessed to have it, I was able to pay my bills, I learned a lot from the job, I didn't want it to be my permanent destination. So I quit because I felt like I need better. And I was like, God's going to take care of it. He knows what I need. He's going to always supply my needs. When you listen to a lot of people talking about, law of attraction, they're always talking about having a connection with your source, which is your inner being, with the universe, which I correlate it because I am a Christian still. I'm never changing that. But as a Christian, I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in God. I believe, in divine power, and I believe that all that comes from God, personally. So when they say, interline with your inner being, I believe that that's your spirit. You're always supposed to be one with your spirit so that you can be more connected to God. When they say source, when they say the universe, I believe that that's God. I feel like all of this ties into God, and really having a relationship with yourself ties it all in. But anyways, let me get into my current day. So I just quit the job. I was like, you know what? I don't care. God's going to figure it out. Universe is going to figure it out. Source is going to figure it out. I'm just going to continue to stay in connection with my inner being, meditating, praying all day, right? And this is what happened. So I'm like, you know what kind of job do I want? He's like, you know what? I want an at-home job. I don't want to be in people's energies and stuff. I'm getting tired of being in people's energies and constantly have to fight these demons every day. I want to focus on myself first. So then, once I'm completely prepared, then I can go out into the outside world and start dealing with other people's energies. But in the meantime, I'm going to deal with my own. So I'm like, I want an at-home job. I want it to be 9 to 5. I want it to be this amount of money, bare minimum. And I want to have the weekends off, right? So I'm just living life and I'm saying, God, source, universe, you're going to take care of it. You're going to figure it out. I'm not going to put too much effort. I put out what I wanted. And now my job is to focus on having a relationship with my inner being and with God and letting that kind of flow through me, right? So I didn't stress out about it. So one day, this girl calls me and she's like, hey girl, what's wrong? How's life? I'm like, I need a job. I need an at-home job. Like, I'm looking for one. Like, do you know anything? And she's like, a matter of fact, I do. So see, I have not talked to this girl for 2 years. I wanted what I wanted. God lined it up, brought this girl to me that I haven't spoken to in years. And she's like, yeah, as a matter of fact, I do. Call this lady up right now and she'll get you a job. I called the lady up. She pretty much hired me instantly. I'm on the phone with her. She's like, you're hired, okay? You're hired. You don't even have to try. No, you don't even have to try. You don't have to do nothing. Just send me your resume. You're hired. You'll start on this day. And it was like so instantly, but it was meant for me. That's what I wanted. That's what I asked God for. And that's what I relied on God to deliver to me without any type of, I didn't have a needy energy towards it. I just felt like, I don't care what it is. I don't care what happens. My bills are going to get paid at the end of the day, no matter what. My bills are going to get paid. I don't know what God's going to do, but he's going to work it out to everything gets solved, you know? And then it also came to a point where it was like, okay, my bills are going to get paid. I'm going to get the job I want, and I'm not going to stress about it. I'm just going to do what I have to do, apply where I have to apply, and let God, the universe, all of it take care of itself. And then, ba-boom, I got the job. So this is like just telling you that, you know, when it goes into manifesting law of attraction, you can't just rely strictly on law of attraction, because if you do, you're just like, I want this, I want that, I want that. And then eventually you're going to get kind of defeated. It's a whole thing that goes into law of attraction. Once you believe and feel that you deserve something, you have to give it to God, and you have to continue to create a relationship with yourself and with God to get what you want. And if you don't do that, if you just continue to say what you want, yeah, you can attract it here and there, but you're not in alignment. Alignment's kind of like on the same level as that frequency. So when you want something, you know, and you're down here feeling low about yourself, but, you know, abundance and prosperity is up here, you have to figure out how to get your frequency up here. So what do? You need to find things that's going to make you happy. Find things that's going to occupy your time. Find things that are going to make you love yourself. Find things that are going to help you to build yourself. And then in that period, while you're doing those things, rely on the universe. If you believe in law of attraction, rely on it to take care of you. Rely on it to be like, okay, I got you. I'm going to give you what you want. And it might not be in due time. It might not be when you expect it, but it will come. But you really, really can't be in a needy energy for it. You have to really relax, like calm down, and let it come to you. So that's all I got to say. So if you need advice on manifesting a job, my biggest thing that I would say to do is to meditate. And after you meditate, script and put what you want down on a paper, and then just meditate every day, script, put down what you want on a paper, and wait for God to deliver it. Don't force it, you know, wait it out, and I swear it's gonna come. Try it for a week, try it for a day, try it for a month, and then see like what it does. All right, you guys, y'all have a good day. Bye.